Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I have another one of these videos where I remake an old squishy. This squishy here was one I made in May of 2017, so that is like a year and a half ago now, but this is the little guy. I still have it because it's one of my, if not my first squish I ever made. I think it may be my second, it may be my first, I'm not really sure, but I just made it in the exact same way that I would kind of make a squishy now, just by using memory foam, some paint with some PVA glue mixed into it. And yeah, I figured this will be a great one to recreate, as recently, well, I say recently, it was like 6 months ago I recreated my avocado one and you guys loved that video, so I thought I would recreate this cactus one. So this is the squishy that I've been working on all weekend. Now you're probably thinking, Chelsea, this is a really simple squishy. How come it took you all weekend to do it? Well, let me tell you, I had so many hiccups, I got really ill, but I'm just gonna get straight on into the DIY of this one so I can show you exactly how I made it. So to start off with, I took a block of memory foam and I just drew out the rough cactus shape onto it using a Sharpie pen. I then went ahead and just cut out all the pieces which were like the army bit of the cactus, and then I just went ahead and shaped out the overall shape that I wanted the cactus to be. I made sure to leave like the arm bit as like a block on the side of the shape so that I had like an idea of where I wanted the shapes to be, and then I just went ahead and smoothed that out all over until I was left with a real nice 3D rounded cylinder like shape which basically imitated the cactus. Now I wanted to keep the same shape that I did on the original squishy that I made and I'm recreating today, so like I said, I will leave that down in the description down below so that you can check that out and see how obviously I did that one. But I basically did it in the exact same way, however I did the arm separately and I attached that on with some glue. So I just went ahead and rounded out all the bottom parts as well, and I just kept shaping it until I was completely happy. Once happy, I then took an off-cut piece and I actually drew out a little flower, and then I cut that out in the same way and I just hot glued it onto the top with one little bead of hot glue. I then went ahead and mixed up a puffy paint mixture, which was just blue and yellow puffy paint with some PVA glue mixed in, and I painted the whole entirety of the squishy with that. I then went ahead and mixed up a pink puffy paint in the exact same way, just again my puffy paints with a bit of PVA in, and I did 2 layers on the flower. And you're probably thinking, Chelsea, why did this take you so long to film this video? Well, I also decided that I was going to put little gold leaf dots on the actual squishy, but they kind of went on there and they flaked off into an absolute mess and it destroyed my whole squishy, and I was not prepared to give up on this thing because I'd already been working on it for 2 days. So I've spent the whole of today doing more and more layers on the squishy to kind of cover up these gold dots because it just didn't work. It ended up sticking all over it and I don't know what went wrong. So if you know any videos where people use gold leaf on squishies, let me know, because I made a massive fail by doing this. But I actually went ahead and put 5 more layers of paint to cover up those gold dots and I was left with a nice base again. So anyway, once I had the nice base back again, I then went in with some black puffy paint and I just marked out where I wanted the face to be. I then painted it all in again with the black puffy paint, and I actually put a little face as well on the little flower at the top to add as like a little mate for the cactus, which I thought was so cute. I made sure to give this cactus a nice open mouth because my original one did have a kind of closed mouth one, which I actually really love the face of, but I figured it would be fun to do something a little bit different. I then went in with some white to add some highlight to the eyes like on the original squishy, but I did 2 dots this time, and then I added some pink for the blush either side of the eyes like on the original one again, and inside the tongue on this one, and I just used the same pink that I used for the flower on the top. So yeah, once all the face and everything like that was completely dry, as you can see, the squishy is then complete. Now, because I did have a few mishaps on the bottom here, I have got a bit that's missing and it's allowing air to kind of like breathe in and breathe out really, really fast, which if I cover that up, it would be a lot more slow rising, but it's still pretty slow rising for the fact that it has a massive hole in it, but we would just ignore that because this squishy has taken me so long. I wonder if like I hold it with my hand, you can kind of see. Like look, it's much more slow rising with that bit covered, but yeah, we would just ignore the fact that that has happened. But this is the comparison squishy that I based it off. This one is a lot more a vibrant green, a more limey green, and I really love the colour. I wanted to stick to the same kind of shape cactus as I did on this one, and I think I did a fairly good job of that. It does squish really nicely, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. The sizing is obviously a lot different. I think this size is my favourite because I can really like fit it in my hand, whereas this one here is quite small. But to be honest, I do like mini squishies anyway, and there's nothing wrong with this one at all. I just thought I'd remake it. I also added a little flower onto the top of this one. It just squishes really nicely also, and I popped a little face on it to kind of give it a little bit of character. I actually based this little flower off like the cherry on the Emily Shortcake squishy. But yeah, that's the comparison between the two. I'm really happy with how today's has come out eventually. I mean, 3 days for making, that's quite a lot. I do remember this one here did take me quite a while because I was really new to it, and the timings and the amount of layers that I would need. I did put 4 layers in total on this one because I did check over the video again. It's a little bit cringy, but it's okay. I will still leave it down in the description down below so you can check it out. I did in total about 5 layers of the green in total, and then probably another 5 to cover up all the messy gold parts that I then made. So there's probably about 10 layers of paint on this guy, which, yeah, it was interesting. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, as it does help me along my way. Let me know if you want me to recreate any of my other squishies in the future, and I will do that for you. And yeah, hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye! Bye bye bye. Bye 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 bye.